I can remember when I was in primary school, I was trying to study, and then my elder brother wanted to assist me study, so he helped me that day, and he taught me. And then while he taught, there were corrections here and there and all. But there was something striking that happened that stayed with me. He was telling the other members of my family that Jemima is actually very intelligent. She just needs somebody that will teach her. Can you imagine? This like 19, 20 years ago. And I remembered that single compliment because for me, it was not just a compliment. Like, it was not just a compliment. It inspired me. Every single part of my life where I faced difficulty academically, right? I remember that. I even remembered when I was at a point I failed in secondary school, and then he looked at the result. I knew he was someone that had academic prowess. He was a smart person, secondary school. Even till date, he's doing exploits. And also, I look up to him, I regard him a lot. Because not only was he spiritual, he's somebody that reads. So there was this eye. In fact, he was like my father because my father was not mostly around. And then he stayed with me. When I started failing in secondary school, particularly mathematics, and I got a CRS, carried the river, say, Pastor, you want to be a pastor, right? Well, you bang your head down, you will read very well, you will learn. He gave me examples of people. He said, look, WF Kumi, he's a pastor, right? He has first class. I was looking. He called the names of big men of God. He said, you want to be a pastor? It's not a problem. Oh. But see these people, they are studious people. So that inspired me to know that I should seek academic progress even as I, grow my relationship with God. Now, what am I saying? There are a lot of times where we do simple things to children and we do not know how much it inspires them. For some people watching me, it was just one single experience or occurrence or situation or something you witnessed that has inspired you or led you on a journey where you are so full of life, full of faith, full of possibilities. And again, it could be a moment where you are appreciated or given an opportunity. When I was 13, I had the opportunity to read scriptures, just read scriptures in a very big meeting. Then in All Saints Ministry Church, it was their children harvest. And then this particular children harvest, we had the GUC, we had big military officers, three division for everyone that knows it in Jos Plateau State, know that is a division. It's not just a battalion, like it's a division in the Nigerian army. So when they do their children harvest, it's usually in lots. People come around and all. So that period, me coming from a family that was not prominent, if they are saying count the most prominent families when it comes to lifestyle, when it comes to financial resources, my own is not in the top 100. So I was choosing to actually carry out that particular activity, and I was supposed to read the Bible. And so people were like, when you read, don't lift your head. When you read, even adults find it difficult to do it, like they have stage fright and all. I mean, I was looking like, even though I grew up, shy, but I've been, reciting memory verses to church. So I stood that day and I started reading. While I was reading, I lifted up my head and I looked at the people. My God, the church is big. I was tiny and the place was jam-packed. Adults were seated and they were looking at me. And as I lifted up my head, what I heard inside me was, this is it. I just knew that I am going to be standing in front of a lot of people for the rest of my life. It bettered something in me that I cannot explain. Now, we inspire children. I've mentioned two things already. When we appreciate them,